You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of ABK Media Group, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County every day at 9 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney. Glad to be here with you today. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's a beautiful day here in Georgia. A little overcast, but hey, what can you do? It's God wills, God will. So glad to be with you today. I want to just start out by giving a shout out to my nonprofit of the day. On every show, I try to remember to do a shout out to a nonprofit that's doing some amazing things in our community, because they are the ones who help the people, who need the help. And their work is very important. And that's why I like to do this shout out. There's so many different things that people need that they just can't afford, or that they don't know about, or they just don't have the wherewithal to find out about those things. So I'm glad I can be a voice for the people who don't know about the things that we have here to offer when you need help in certain things. And so today my shout out goes out to Choose Life of Georgia. This is a really special organization because there are a lot of people out there who may have had children, or may have had an abortion, I should say, and they didn't really want to have an abortion, but they knew that they could not take care of a child for whatever reason. That they conceived the child, and they just didn't know where to go. Well, Choose Life of Georgia exists for that purpose. They exist to provide a place to provide resources to organizations that support people who are with child but don't have any clue about what they want to do with the child, but they don't want to have an abortion. Some people that had an abortion didn't even know this option was available. So Choose Life of Georgia works with the state of Georgia, and what happens is when you go to get your license plate or renew your license plate for your car, your tags, a part of that money goes towards Choose Life of Georgia. And then Choose Life of Georgia funnels that money to nonprofits, other nonprofits organizations that support alternative for abortion. I'm tongue this morning, and it's really a great service because I've never been faced with. I've only been pregnant one time in my life, and thank God my daughter came out happy and healthy, and thank God I had a village around me to help raise her. But that's not the case for a lot of people. And so an organization like Choose Life of Georgia and the organizations that they support can be that alternative to someone who has, who's thinking about having an abortion. And here's the thing. Sometimes people never recover from that. They go their whole life feeling guilty. They go their whole life feeling like, they did something wrong. And I'm not here to judge. I can't say whether or not it was wrong or right. What I can say is that there's organizations out here to support those who are thinking about having an abortion and don't want to have an abortion. And there are opportunities out there to get you other alternatives to abortion. So check out chooselifeofgeorgia.org. And I'm sure that if you're listening to me somewhere else around the world, in another state somewhere, there's probably an organization near you that provides very similar services, because abortion may not be something you want to do, but you just feel like you don't have a choice. And I'm here to tell you that you do have a choice, and that there are organizations out there to help you get through and make the best decision for you and the baby moving forward. So if you are in the state of Georgia, chooselifeofgeorgia.org. They have information there for you. If you are in the state of Georgia and you drive and you want to support Choose Life of Georgia, you can actually renew your tags, and you can get the Choose Life of Georgia license plate to show your support. And part of your proceeds from the purchase of your tags goes to this nonprofit to help further their mission along. So chooselifeofgeorgia.org. There are some alternatives out there for you other than abortion. And check it out. And if you're in a different state, go check on Google. Google has everything, and if you have a cell phone or smartphone, Google alternatives to abortion, And I'm sure you're going to probably find something in your state to help you out. So that's my spill today for my People Helping People segment of the show. And now I'm going to move on to some news. I got some news. Listen, Lawrenceville is doing big things. Now, I'm not biased. I just happened to check the news and find out what was going on, and a lot of stuff popped up for Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville is going to be building a performing arts center. Oh my goodness, and it sounds amazing. It's going to be a 59,000 square feet, 500 seat theater performing arts center right here in downtown Lawrenceville. That's exciting. It's going to have a cabaret stage. It's going to have a plaza there. I live in Lawrenceville. I'm not being biased. It's just that when I checked the news this morning, that's what popped up for me, and I thought it was really cool to share like that information. The one thing I love about Gwinnett is that they put a lot of money into providing a nightlife, a social life here for us in Gwinnett. Because a lot of times, you don't want to travel to Atlanta. Atlanta has a lot of great things going on, but we're like 45 minutes from Atlanta. And so a lot of times and I'm in Lawrenceville, so if you're in Sugar Hill, that's probably a little bit further, or Swanee, that's a little bit further out. So a lot of times you just don't want to travel. You want to stay locally. You want to hang out with your family around, where you live at. And so being able to have these types of venues available to us to take advantage of is amazing. I've been to the Performing Arts Center, I think in Beaufort, and I was like, man, this place is gorgeous. I've been downtown Duluth, beautiful. Norcross has a beautiful downtown historic area. And they're just building up everywhere. And I think that's really, really cool. We talked about Revel on the show with Economic Development Manager Chantel Wilson. And Revel is another big project that's coming down in Gwinnett, down by the Infinite Center in Gwinnett on Sugarloaf Parkway. So, they're doing some amazing things. So the Lawrenceville Performing Arts Center is going to be kicked off in 2020. They have been approved to build that facility. Excited to see what that looks like. That's about 10 minutes from where I live at. So I'm really excited about that. Also, there may be a Hilton Hotel coming to Lawrenceville. Hey, listen, Hilton Hotel coming to Lawrenceville, downtown, I should say. So, here's the thing about these new developments coming. That means new jobs for people. That means the opportunity to provide new jobs to help the people who are unemployed to get out there and take advantage of all these great new developments and put your stake in the ground here in Lawrenceville. Now, listen, I have to say this. Although there will be opportunities for employment, you need to be employable. Let me say that again. Although these new projects are going to bring new opportunities for employment, you need to be employable. What does that mean? That means that you need to make sure that you have a skill set that you can go, and when you present yourself, when they start doing hiring, because they're going to hire, when they start the hiring process, that you are a presentable candidate to work in one of these establishments. Now, you can go to Gwinnett Tech over there and get some skills. If you know that you always wanted to cook, right? You know that you want to be a chef. Go on over to Gwinnett Tech and take a culinary class. So when the Hilton comes with the restaurants and things in there, you have a skill set that you can say, hey, I am a chef. I'm a trained chef, and I want to work here. If you know that you love to decorate, and I have aspirations to be an interior designer, go ahead, get some formal training, get a little business know-how behind you, because all of those rooms in the lobby in the hotel, somebody has to decorate that stuff. Now, I got to tell you a quick story. I always got a story. My brother is moving here from New Jersey. He's moving to Loganville. And, when you go, and it's a new subdivision in Loganville, and when you go into those model homes, they are gorgeous. They are really nice. So I asked the young lady, I said, listen, who decorated this house? Because I have no sense of decoration. Now, if you want to write a book, or you need an Amazon Fire TV channel, or a Roku channel, or start a business, I'm your girl. But if you want to make something look pretty, I am not the one to call, because I suck. And hey, listen, I know my weaknesses. I can't decorate to save my life. But there are people out there who are professionals at it. It's a God-given talent for them, and they can be a part of these new developments coming. So anyway, my story. So I'm walking through the model home. My brother, we're looking at the house. The house is gorgeous, right? It's decorated from top to bottom, drop dead gorgeous. So I asked the realtor, I said, hey, listen, because I'm always in business mode. I don't care what I'm doing. I try not to be, but I am. So I said, hey, listen, who decorated this house? She says, oh, we had a company come in from North Carolina to do the decoration. I said, North Carolina? And she said, yeah. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. I know doggone well that there are some interior designers and stagers right here in the state of Georgia. Why in the world would they have to go all the way to North Carolina? Now, I don't know if it's because the builder had a contract with the stagers from North Carolina, but here's the thing: even if they had a contract, if you know that you have a skill set to decorate some things, you may want to go up there and talk to the builder and say, hey, listen, I am an interior designer. I am a professional at staging. What do I need to do to get on board with you guys to take some of these contracts when you start new subdivisions and new developments in my county? Whatever county you're in, I'm sure they're building right now. They are building a lot here in Gwinnett. I pass by new subdivisions all the time, and I ride around and I look at them. Somebody has to stage those model homes. Why not you? Somebody's going to have to decorate the Hilton once it's built downtown Lawrenceville. Why not you? But listen, you got to have your stuff tight. You can't just go out there and think you're going to go and throw up a curtain and that's going to be it. You want to go out there and make sure that you have the proper skill set. So when you present yourself to these organizations and companies, that you're reputable and they can see a portfolio of some of the things that you've done. Even if you have to go around and start doing people's bedrooms, just to get your portfolio intact. So when you go out and present yourself, you're ready to show up. Listen, there are people that you probably know that have a terrible bedroom. My bedroom is terrible. It has no style. My daughter tells me all the time, there's no theme to your bedroom. And I said, there is a bed in my bedroom. It serves a purpose. However, her room is gorgeous. And she doesn't even live here with us anymore. She moved out, but she has a beautiful room that she decorated. Somebody need to have their room decorated. A kitchen, a living room, an office space. My office is terrible. I don't have a sense of decoration. I don't. I have a bookshelf. I have some stuff on the walls. But I'm sure if I was skilled at that, it could look a lot better. You're probably listening to me right now saying, man, I'm really good at that. Well, listen, the Hilton is coming to Lawrenceville. Somebody's going to have to decorate that hotel. It might as well be you. But get your skill set in order. Got to have your skill set in order. Got to have your paperwork together. Got to have your business together. Got to have your resume together. All of those things. Big developments coming, and it's just not the Hilton. You talking about that whole performing arts center. Somebody has to decorate that place. I'm sure it's gonna be beautiful, because most performing arts centers are. Now listen, if you're thinking about doing that, you might want to find out how you can partner with companies that sell furniture and lighting and flooring and things like that, and accessories like vases and all kinds of things like that. Go out and meet those people and talk to those people and let them know I'm about to reach out so I can get this contract with Lawrenceville or the county of Gwinnett, because they have all these great development projects coming down the pike, and I want to be able to throw my hat in the ring to see if I can get a contract to be one of the interior designers or the stagers on the project. Do some collaborations, build some partnerships, get your name out there, let people know what you're doing. Also, over in I think it was Norcross. I was over at the Improve USA a couple of weeks ago. 429 spaces going to be available in there. Go over there, meet all those people once that thing is up and running, so people know who you are. And those people are people that are going to be specifically to the niche of home decorating and staging and things like that. 429 of them. Make sure they know who you are and you know who they are. And if you are thinking about being a chef, they got 8 restaurant spaces that's going to be in that particular development. $1 billion development. You want to make sure that you have your skills up. 8 restaurants are going to be in that development. Go get your culinary license. Go take the time out. Put the time in. Get your culinary license. So when that development is up and running and those 8 restaurants inside Improve USA start hiring, hey, throw your hat in the ring. I'm here. I got my license. I'm ready. All right, got to be ready. You don't have to get ready to be ready. You want to be ready. All right. So listen, I got a quick thing I want to talk about today. And my thing is, did you wish for a lot of stuff last year? Were you sitting around wishing for this and wishing for that, but you never asked for it? Let me ask you that again. Did you spend most of last year, and some of you all of last year, wishing for this and wishing I would get a raise, wishing I could change my job, wishing I could start a business, wishing somebody would give me some money, wishing somebody would support me, wishing somebody would listen to me, when all you had to do was ask. I used to do a radio show in Jersey, and I was on radio, and the producer, his name was Bob. He was a real nice guy. So when I started, I never really listened to what I was saying. Not listened to what I was saying, but I never paid attention to my pronunciation of the word ask, right? So I was saying ask, right? And he said to me, you saying ask, right? And I was like, what? I didn't know what he was talking about. He said it's ask. It's not ask. And I said, ask. So I had to consciously, because I know it was a pet peeve for him, for me to say ask. And most people do. They don't say ask. They say ask. And he said, that's not the way you pronounce it. But anyway, you have to ask for help. You have to ask for the things that you want. And you have to go after them. I challenge you this year to ask for the things that you want. I know it's scary because people don't like rejection. But what do you want? What are some of the things you want to happen for you this year that someone has to help you with, that someone has to give you some advice about, and you're afraid that, if I ask somebody, they're going to judge me. If I ask someone, they're going to look down on me. If I ask someone, they're going to know that I don't know. That's all your ego. When you start thinking like that, that's your ego. I can't ask anyone for help because then they're going to know I don't know what I'm doing. Well, if you don't know what you're doing, you might want to ask somebody so you can start knowing what you're doing. If you know you deserve a position at work, you know that you work hard and you love your job, but you know that you deserve to move up, you want to ask. What could it hurt? And you know what? And they may say no. And if they say no, then you might want to think about, what's my next step? I may need to just step out on faith and go to the next company because they don't really value me at this company. I know that's hard for some of you to hear. I know. But here's the truth about it. If you know that you deserve more and the reason you're not getting it is because you did not ask, then that's on you. People can't read your mind. They can't see what you're thinking. They can't walk by you and feel your pain. So if you know that you deserve that promotion, ask for it. And if you don't get it, then you have to make some real hard decisions. What do I do next? Where do I go from here? But if you never ask, your boss never knew you wanted the promotion, then how are you going to get a promotion? If you know you want to start a business and you just don't know how, and the only thing stopping you is the fact that you haven't asked somebody who actually owns a business how to start a business, that's on you. But then you got to ask yourself, do you really want to start the business? Do you really want the promotion? Do you really want to change your job? Do you really? Ask yourself that first. Ask yourself that first. Do I really want what I say I want? Because let me tell you something. There have been times when I specifically, and I'm talking about plenty of times, not one, that I said, you know what, I want to do this. I want that. And I really did not want it. Like once I got it, it was like, oh crap, I got it. Yeah, I don't think I really wanted that. Not really. My ego told me I wanted it, but I ain't really want it. Do you really want what you think you want? And if you really want it, then ask for it. And the worst thing could happen, whoever you're asking can say no. And if they say no, then you make some real hard choices. What do I want to do? What do I want now? Where do I want to go from here? I know it sounds simple. That's because it is. But I also know it's really tough when you struggle with rejection or the fear of rejection. You don't even know if you're going to get rejected. It's the story that you've been telling yourself. If I ask somebody, they're going to say no. I know because I dealt with it. I talk about stuff that I know. I was on I called in yesterday to the I Am You Are show hosted by my good friend Georgette Taylor, and she has this amazing card that gives you a word daily, a word that you have to say to yourself or with someone, and it's your word for the day. So yesterday she launched her podcast, I Am You Are, the I Am show, and I called in, so I could, talk about the word for the day. And the word for yesterday was significant, right? So I have my deck of cards here too. So, you can use it. You can use a deck of cards with the partner, or you can use your deck of cards by yourself. I choose to use mine with my mirror. I like to get up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say, "Hey, you are great." Or you are magnificent, or you are significant. Whatever I am today, that's my word. And yesterday, I went on there and to congratulate her on launching the I Am show, and the word yesterday was significant, right? But my word for this whole year is courageous, because I realized that fear held me back from reaching the levels of success that I wanted to reach last year. It was fear. And it was a lack of courage, and it was a lack of, when you're just starting out in business, you don't know what you don't know, so you're pretty much fearless. I've been in the game for 20 years, so I know what I don't know, but I also know what I do know, and you're worried about what people are going to think, and you're worried about how they're going to perceive what you're saying, and all kinds of crazy stuff that you tell yourself. These are stories that you tell yourself. People probably could care less about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But in my mind, if I do this, what are they going to say if I do that? What are they going to say? And I just didn't have the courage to make the big steps that I need to make. I took a bunch of small steps and did great, but I could have took some really major steps and did wonderful, and I did not. And so my word for this year is courage, and I am moving forward like lightning. Here's the thing. Towards the end of 2018, I decided to rebrand my company. And I was worried because when you start a brand, you want your brand to stick around forever. But my brand wasn't serving me. And I was upset about that. But I didn't have the courage to cut it off early in 2018. Because it was early 2018 I started feeling like this. Towards the end of 2018, I didn't give a crap anymore. I know that I needed to pivot. I know that I needed to rebrand if I wanted to move forward the way I wanted to. And I just had to summon up the courage. I had to summon up the courage to do that. And it took a lot of courage, because for the last 5.5 years, people have known me as HerTube. That was a company that I launched in 2013. And also, I was having some kind of remorse about, dissolving the company. I was in pain, it was physical pain. I know it sounds crazy, but it was physical pain. Oh my God, I'm going to dissolve this company that I started, and it's okay. I'm telling you, it's okay to take a look at where you are and where you want to go, and to, ask for the help that you need. I knew I needed help. I could not ask for the help because I was asking for the wrong company, so I didn't ask for help. I didn't ask for any help. I could tell you, towards the end of 2018, I've been talking to everybody, asking all kind of questions. I'm meeting today with somebody. I'm meeting tomorrow with 2 people. I'm meeting next week with people. I am asking for help. I'm asking for resources. I'm asking for referrals. I am asking in 2019. And I challenge you to ask for what you want in 2019. But make sure before you ask that, you know what you want. Don't ask for something that you don't want, because you just might get it. You just might get it. Listen, I'm at the end of the half an hour here, and I want to thank you again for listening in. If you missed yesterday's episode, be sure to go and check it out. I was talking to social media boss Kiana Butler. She was talking to us about how to leverage all of the social media platforms out there. Just go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and check out yesterday's episode, and all the past episodes. They're all archived right there on the site under the show tab. Listen, leave us some feedback. If you got some news that you want me to shout out on the show, send it over to info@goodmorninggwinnett.com. Put news in the subject line, and I will shout it out. Now listen, don't send me no stuff about no porn and races and all that crazy crap, because I ain't shouting that out. But if you got good news about what's happening in Gwinnett and you want to shout it out, send it to me, info@goodmorninggwinnett.com. Put news in the subject line, and I'll be happy to shout that news out for you right here on Good Morning Gwinnett, because this show is all about good morning. It's all about Gwinnett and the people and places around Gwinnett who are doing amazing things. I love living in Gwinnett, love being here every morning with you, and I'll be back again tomorrow. So until next time, make it a great day.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in daily at 9 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you missed an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends.